Oh, we're filming already. You know what? Let's go ahead and dive into my monthly makes for the month of July and August. I'm really excited to show these to you guys because a lot of these have been months in progress and I just can't wait to show these off to you. I do have a lovely little selection here to show off. So let's just try to go in order of all of the things that I made. The first cute little make, I believe I made this back in July, but this was like my faux mohair bandeau crop top. Now I believe I used the loops and thread tweed cozy wool. You know what? I actually have a skein sitting right over here. All right, so this is actually the loops and thread cozy wool tweed. Oops. But it's this really gorgeous, very fluffy halo type of yarn. I believe that this is actually labeled as a light worsted or a DK weight type of yarn, but I just went ahead and picked up other shades because I thought it was so stunning. And by the way, if this is still available at your Michaels, it should still be on clearance for I believe like $2.07. So go pick some up if there's still some left. Now this is a super cute little cropped bandeau number, but the highlight accented pieces that I really wanted to come through when I was working on this are these very accentuated distressed sections. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this fiber is actually polyester, acrylic, and I think either nylon or wool. So it's a pretty cozy and warm type of fiber. Again, if you guys wanted to use this to make sweaters, pullover jumpers when it starts to head more into the fall winter months, definitely worth the buy. I hope that you guys are able to see just how much fluff and fuzziness is coming up off of this yarn, but surprisingly for something that has kind of like that faux mohair look, my stitches are pretty well pronounced. Like you can really see what's going on. You can definitely tell this is like a stockinette stitch. But here she is, item number 1 from July. Let's go ahead and shift gears to my next little project. By the way, if you are not subscribed here to my channel, feel free to click that button, join my It's Erin B family. Also, like this video if you guys like this video and just like the energy that we're bringing into these fall months. So the next little number that I wanted to show you guys, I also have a tutorial for this bucket hat up on my channel. I believe I uploaded this about 2 to 3 weeks back, so it's still fresh, but I feel like you could rock a bucket hat in pretty much any season. This is a cute little hat that I made several months back, and I can't really put it on right now because I've got like little space buns on, so I look like an absolute fool, but I really do like this little color combo going on here. And for the most part, this pattern is extremely easy to follow, so I had to follow it up with a more neutral selection. Although I do like these really crazy bright vibrant colors, now that we're going to be transitioning into the end of this year, I did just want more of a basic colorway that I could pretty much pair with this outfit, with an all black outfit, all white. And the main standout feature with this bucket hat pattern is I worked on a more straight brim than the previous bucket hat that I did, where it was a lot more like wavy and curvy and a little bit too frilly for my liking. So I wanted a little bit more of a unisex type of pattern, and thus we resulted in this more straight edge brim, which I am very, very proud of. So now I'm gonna shift a little bit out of order here, but I had to show this off to you guys because I have been wearing this top, no joke, for about the last week and a half. I cannot get enough of her. Yes, I am currently working on finishing up this tutorial, so if it is live on my channel by the time that this video goes up, I'll go ahead and leave a little link here for you guys to take a little peek at her and make your own crochet bralette. But first and foremost, let's just get a quick up close peek at her. She is stunning. She is the moment. She's an icon. She's everything. Now, when it came to constructing the pattern of this top, my main goal was to make a bralette that wasn't so harsh here on the front edge with more of like that triangle cup, and instead I really wanted to work on a more scoop neck style, which is exactly what I ended up with, and I'm so proud of her. And the best part about this tutorial is that she is completely beginner friendly. Like, look at her. It's very basic, very simple, but she's pretty much wearable with everything that I have in my closet, and that's what I love so much about this bralette. I've been wearing this out for errands. I wore this to like a little photo shoot. I've been wearing it to lounge in bed. This has literally been my go-to item for the past week, and I should probably hand wash it because I'm sure she is dirty and full of sweat at this point, but I love her. But I'm really excited about this top as well because I decided to pick out a yarn that I don't typically use here on my channel. As you guys have probably noticed in the past, I'm a huge fan of the number 4 worsted weight yarns, and a lot of times I lean a little bit more towards the acrylic base fibers. So for once I was on the hunt to find a type of yarn that was a little bit more breathable for the summertime, and hence we ended up finding and using the Karen cotton cakes, which is really, really lovely. I believe it is a nice blend of 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. So you get that breathability, that lightweight structure. At the same time, the acrylic within the cotton makes it super touchably soft, but I don't know if you guys can tell. Usually with acrylic, you do get a slight fuzz or halo, and with this cotton cake, there's virtually none. So it's gonna be extremely durable. Like I said, I've been wearing it for a week straight, and I don't know, I just feel like this scoop neck structure looks a lot more flattering on my body than that super harsh triangle cup. And I feel like with this kind of pattern, I could actually extend this top just straight down and turn it into a dress, like a mini dress or something. So extremely versatile, but I have genuinely fallen in love with the Karen cotton cakes. I haven't used too many Karen yarns in the past just because a lot of times they do fleece and pill on me, and they're not very durable long term, but I have been noticing in stores that the Karen cakes have come out with so many different lines. I definitely want to pick some more up for the fall months. Like I just purchased a Karen skinny cakes, which is actually a 100% acrylic type of fiber, but they have such gorgeous colorways. I had to get my hands on it, and on top of that, they did have it discounted at 50% off. So I got one ball of 800 yards for $5, and likewise this Karen cotton cakes, I believe it's about 350 yards, and at the same time I did also get this for $5, so it's such a steal. So now we're gonna come up on the fun projects that I've had going on for quite a while. Before I show you my favorite unique make ever, I'm gonna show y'all a project that I busted my ass on for a week straight. This is the super gorgeous and delicious and scrumptious polo t-shirt. Let's just take a moment and appreciate her. Okay, this neckline is looking a little bit funky. Jordan's been wearing this on and off for the last week as well, so it's a little bit worn into, which I actually kind of like the look of this a little bit better now that it's not so structured. But here is like a men's size medium crochet polo t-shirt. Like I said, I cranked this bad boy out for a week straight. I didn't touch any other projects. It took me so long. Honestly, I'm getting a lot faster at making projects now than when I first started my channel, but the end result, I'm so proud of this one. I haven't made Jordan too many items, so I definitely wanted to get out of my comfort zone, stop making crop tops for a little bit, and make a men's t-shirt. Now, I'm sure you guys can all see here, my favorite part of this top is the little polo neckline. I'm a huge sucker for just like collared t-shirts, and when I pitched this idea to Jordan, he was all about it. So like I said, we do have the little structured collar neckline. We do have a slight bit of a open v-neck front, so just a little bit of skin can peek out. Here with this sleeve, what I wanted to work on was a little bit more of a fitted taper structure. So I did have to add some decreases along this top edge here to make the sleeve kind of follow the shape of the shoulder. And when I was putting together this top, I kind of had the idea of making it fit him more like the 60s, 70s style. So it's a little bit more of like a muscle t-shirt, a lot more fitted instead of like loose and baggy. And we nailed it, okay? We got it done. We finished the frickin' project, and I will include photos here, okay? He looks stunning. I didn't even mention yet how I made this top, but as you guys can imagine, I do have a front panel, a back panel that is sewn or stitched together here at the upper shoulder sections. And then from there, I just went in and worked in the round on the sleeves. Keep in mind, I'm always turning my work at the end of each row to get a very straight seam. So if you guys aren't turning your work when you're working in the round, you're missing out. Crochet pro tip number 1000 here on my channel. I opted for a waistcoat stitch, but I actually used a half double crochet waistcoat crochet stitch. So in the end, it does kind of have like a faux knitted look to it, which I'm all about. Now, I've never really used this type of stitch on a completed project before, but let's just get a really gorgeous close-up view. Again, this is crochet, but it does kind of have a very similar semblance to a knit look, which I'm very, very proud of. So yes, this is the Rico Design Fashion Light and Long Cotton Tweed DK. Proud of myself just on this. Now at this point, I can start shifting to two very special makes. I would have to say that this matching set is probably my favorite thing I have ever crafted. I'm so proud of this set now. I know she looks crazy, but we need to appreciate her, okay? She's screaming festival. She screams saucy. She's sexy. She's everything. So in case you guys couldn't tell, this is a super cropped mini skirt. And believe it or not, I started this project almost 2 months ago. And for whatever reason, I got very intimidated with her. I put her down, set her aside, and very quickly here, I decided to finish her up because the inspiration just kind of came over me. First and foremost, I did use a very unique fiber that I've never used myself before. This was constructed out of a sari silk ribbon yarn that I purchased off of Etsy. Now, between this little set here, I did use 5 or 4 different hanks of sari silk ribbon yarn. Granted, I didn't finish the entire hank, but I would have to say that there's about 200 to 300 yards between these two projects. This type of fiber is very special and unique. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right here is a single strand of the ribbon yarn. Now, this is kind of considered more of like a tape type of yarn just because it has a very flat type of structure, but its width is about 1.5 inches, maybe almost 2 inches wide. It's very wide, but granted, again, this ribbon yarn is pretty thin. So just off of that, I knew I had to use something huge like a 10mm crochet hook. But the shining show-stopping moment of the set is this more fuzzy textured fiber. It's pretty much the same sari silk ribbon yarn, but they did kind of pull apart the yarn and make it a little bit more fuzzy. So it kind of has like an eyelash type of texture to it, but it does add a really gorgeous like finishing texture to your project. This is the backside. It's pretty much a reversible mini skirt, but I'm loving just all the color that goes into this project. And like I said, I've never used a fiber that was this thick before, and I'd have to say that I'm obsessed. I already ordered more yarn off of Etsy. I'd have to say that it's taken me quite a while to kind of narrow down and find my specific niche when it comes to crochet and just styles, but I genuinely think I'm going to end up sticking with this type of texture and this style just because I've never really seen anything made out of this fiber before, and it's just given me so much inspiration and creativity and motivation. If you guys are wondering, I do have a cute little crochet with me for this ribbon set, so I'm gonna go ahead and link that here as well. So this is the mini skirt, and as for the bralette of this piece, like I said, I still had enough of that leftover sari silk yarn to construct these very structured bra cups, but I really wanted to slow down and just take my time when it came to constructing these bra cups, because as we all know with crochet, a lot of times things can lie flat. So I really wanted to make sure I was placing my stitches correctly to shape more of this fitted cup moment. I don't know if you guys can see, don't look at the ends on the inside of this bra, but it is very concave and fitted, so there's not a lot of stretching that goes on. It just kind of cups and fits me perfectly like a standard bra would. And of course I went in with that leftover buddy hemp yarn and cashmere yarn to just kind of attach it here at the center. And likewise I added very simple backings to this bra so that I could lace her up and again have a completely backless top moment. But this set hypes me up, okay? It makes me look so good. I've never had more confidence in a crochet piece than when it comes to wearing this little number. I'm gonna go ahead and set this one to the side, but if you guys are interested, I will be listing this bad boy up on my website very soon. So if you guys would like to grab your own handmade It's Erin B set, go ahead, check that out. Feel free to peruse my website. Now, the last and final make. If you guys are wondering, this does look very, very similar to my Sari Silk set, but I wanted to go back to using a standard type of yarn. So I ended up making a cupped balconette bra, okay? Need I say more? Before I go into this, let me just show y'all. Your girl made a little garter set. I've never made lingerie before out of crochet, but again, I'm obsessed and I think I'm gonna have to make more, make a little It's Erin B lingerie line. But here is the super flattering garter belt moment. Okay, it is fully reversible, so you can wear it in the front, you know, on your belly like this with the lacing, or you can reverse it. I definitely have to say that my skills are growing exponentially as I just start to branch out and try different projects. Again, there's no better way to grow your crochet skills than to just get out of your comfort zone and try something new. Speaking of something new, I also made a little bikini thong crochet moment just to kind of pair with and go with my lingerie set. And I'm actually really impressed with how this turned out. I wanted to take a slightly different approach when it came to making underwear or like bikini bottoms with crochet. As we all know, crochet is not the stretchiest, and if your project does stretch, it doesn't typically shrink back into place, which is why I actually went in and crocheted some elastic on the upper portion of this thong. That way it could get up and over my hips and then shrink back to my waist size, which is something I haven't actually done before. So I'm definitely going to stick with this like little elastic technique. If you guys haven't been using elastic in your crochet, you're missing out. You could throw elastic in your bra straps, along the bottom of your tops. And like I said, even with this little thong moment, add some elastic and get your crochet piece to fit you just right. Now, this project was kind of spur of the moment. I picked up this yarn about a month back, and this is the Lion Brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick. So it's a number 5 or number 6 super bulky yarn, and this is in the colorway Marsh. I've raved about this colorway for so long here on my channel. I actually finished this project in 1 day's time. I want to say it took me about 6 hours from start to finish, but I really wanted to crank this out because Jordan and I decided to take a little trip to San Diego for one night, and because we were going to be shooting in our Airbnb, I wanted something unique and new, and again, just sexy, freeing, something that was going to make me feel confident in my skin. If you guys want to see photos of this, they're coming soon to my Instagram. Go follow my Instagram, okay? We're going to have some spicy pics up on there. So if you guys want to see me wearing this, I mean, I'm just saying, The shining moment, honestly, of this little bralette top is I decided to go in and crochet with the underwire of a bra. Now, you guys can actually purchase underwire packs in like a 6-pack or an 8-pack off of Amazon, so I will leave the links for those down below. But like I said, typically with crochet, it's not the most structured, and even though this is a number 6 bulky yarn, it didn't have enough structure for my chest to kind of hold me up, and I didn't want it to stretch out of place. So I don't want to, you know, just give away all of my secrets in one video, but I did sew in by hand the underwire from a bra cup, which really helped to stabilize the overall structure and fit of this bra. Like I said, I went ahead and purchased my bra underwires off of Amazon. They're super cheap, very, very affordable, and you're gonna knock your project up a level. Highly recommend that. As for the little garter belt moment, so I just went into my stash drawer and decided to use some universal yarn. I believe it's the Vireo line, but it's like 80% tencel and I think 20% wool, something of the sort. But it's a really gorgeous, slightly silky and sheeny type of fiber. And I just kind of used this yarn to accent the entire outside of my garter belt. That way it has a little bit more of a border, and because I had enough of that left over, I just decided to add a little bit of a lace mesh here in the front. So these are all of the makes from the last 2 months. The girl has been very busy. Now, like I said, typically I make more things per month, but I was fast at work on creating new hand-dyed yarn colorways, which I wanted to touch on really quickly here because I will be using a ton of these yarns in upcoming tutorials. Your girl has been fast at work on these hand-dyed yarns, and I'd have to say that this neutral, natural color selection is by far my favorite thing that I've ever hand-dyed. Really quickly, I just wanted to introduce Miss Creme Brulee. I dyed this on a 100% superwash merino wool yarn. So I am planning on using this fingering weight yarn in this colorway to make an upcoming flowy crochet short tutorial. I have made crochet shorts in the past, but they were a lot more fitted and booty short-ish, if you will. And I just wanted something that was a little bit more loungewear, a little bit more flowy and not so skin tight. So this is what I'm going to be using for the upcoming tutorial. So if you guys want to pick up some of this creme brulee and the fingering weight, I will be using this very, very soon. I'd have to say this is so stunning. Honestly, even this to make a cardigan for the fall months. Next up is my favorite colorway that I've created, and this is Garden Party. Again, this is on my fingering weight 100% superwash merino wool yarn, but it's a really subtle light wash of pastel shades. You've got a very light minty green mixed in with some violets, some rose red, and even like a little bit of this like lemon yellow. So this has to be my favorite colorway that I've created. Again, this is also available for pre-order on my website. All of the yarns that I've made this past month are up on my website, and I would highly recommend that you guys go check them out. Support me, support my channel, support my small business if you guys would like to. Your girl finally got into hand dyeing super kid mohair yarns, and I'm over the moon. This has to be probably the best quality yarn besides superwash merino that I've ever put my hands on. Again, this is in my super kid mohair lace weight yarn, and as we all know, there is a super intense fluffy halo that comes off of this lace weight yarn. So this first shade here is in the colorway Toulouse, and I made this to pair really perfectly with my dirt bag because there are subtle hints of like an ashy brown within this colorway, as well as my colorway Vino. I just wanted a mohair yarn that I could pair with almost any neutral brown shade. Likewise, I have this really gorgeous shade Buddha to match my Garden Party because, like I mentioned, there are subtle hints of this pastel minty blue in there. Again, I'm really appreciative and supportive to everybody that has pre-ordered yarn at this point. You guys are literally making my dreams come true, and without you guys supporting my small business, I wouldn't be able to run this YouTube channel. I wouldn't be able to have the freedom to just craft as my full-time job. Let's wrap up the last bit of this video with my new crochet resin hook designs. Again, all of these are currently available on my website. I do still have limited stock available. So this first set that I'm obsessed with is my 24 karat. I decided to add some really gorgeous gold flakes into this clear resin set. And this is what she's looking like. They look so stunning in the sun. Again, this is 24 karat, really subtle, but like perfect everyday crochet hook use. My battery just died, so let's wrap the last few resin hook sets up. The next one that I worked on, which I'm really proud of, and this might be one of my new favorites, is in the colorway Bulbasaur. These look so stunning in the natural sunlight, but it has a really gorgeous shift between a deep emerald green and like a limey yellow shade. Again, this is like more of a metallic resin crochet hook set. On top of Bulbasaur, we already know your girl's gone in and I have restocked all of my floral hook sets. So let's just show these off to you guys because I'm so proud of these. I got new types of flowers. So we've got a little bit more colorways going on with the floral hooks. But the next little crochet resin hook set that I wanted to show off to you guys is in Ninja Turtle. And in the sunlight, these kind of have like a sour apple type of colorway. We've got a really gorgeous like rosy bright red that shifts into more of a lime green. So again, I've got resin crochet hook sets for pretty much every aesthetic, and that's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. I know I touched on a lot, but let me know what you guys want to see next here on my channel, what tutorials you guys are interested in seeing, and also what other types of resin crochet hooks you guys want to see. I am looking to expand my collection again and just make some new crazy colorways. It's gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with me through this super long monthly wrap up. I hope you guys are all doing well. Much love going out to all of you. And don't forget, the chain 2 never counts as a stitch. Love you guys. Bye.